All right, today I want to talk about something that I haven't talked about in a while. Okay. Matter of fact, this right here is actually what put my name on the map in the spiritual, astrology, and conscious community. Aquarius. That was actually what I started doing that first started getting my name out there, as I started making videos about Aquarius, because as an Aquarius myself, doing, research on astrology and energies and signs and whatnot, it would always get on my nerves that it always seemed like everybody was so confused about Aquarians, and everybody was under so many misconceptions. I mean, I don't blame them. And that's what I'm going to be talking about today. That is one of the most annoying things about Aquarian energy, is that, somebody with a heavy Aquarius influence can tend to be misunderstood, and there's a reason for that. What is one of the most famous staples that gets slapped on most Aquarian people? The way they handle their emotions, right? Especially the Aquarius men. The way they handle their emotions. And back in the day, it seemed like everybody was absolutely convinced that Aquarians just have no emotions. They're just so cold and closed off, and they have no emotions, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm not disagreeing with the fact that we Aquarians, specifically we Aquarian men, do have a tendency to not let you know how we're feeling and why. But I think that's the kicker here. Why? Why are most Aquarians so, I want to say, reluctant to let you know exactly how they're feeling? And I'll tell you why. I'm going to tell you something that's going to rock your world, okay? Okay, get ready. You might shit your pants. Aquarians are some of the most sensitive fucking people you have ever met in your life. Very, very, very sensitive. And an unevolved Aquarian will go to their grave before they admit that. But those of us who, are on a path of growth and evolution, I think it's important that we just be honest about what's really going on in here. We are incredibly fucking sensitive. Now, what does that have to do with, why we tend to kind of keep our emotions to ourselves? It's not for us. Some people are confused. They think, well, Aquarians are just embarrassed of their emotions. They're ashamed of their emotions. Oh, no. Oh, no, it's not for us. We do it for you. Because we know that if we crack that valve open and start letting some of it pour out, the dam is going to explode. We will completely lose control. And that could possibly be a bad thing for you. We know what we are capable of. If we just crack that valve open and let some of the emotions start coming out. There's so much back there, that dam is going to explode. And we will completely lose control. We could do something very ugly, possibly violent, and just absolutely fucking lose control. And I don't think a lot of people really realize that. And, it's a double-edged sword, too. It's good to be able to have that kind of control of your behavior. But I think some of the drawbacks that come along with that do include being misunderstood, like we were saying. And a lot of times when an Aquarius is going through something, they may kind of feel like very alone because nobody is validating how they feel. and nobody is validating how they feel because they're not really letting anybody know how they feel, you know? So it's kind of like this double-edged sword, because when we're going through something, we always want, you know, to be validated and for somebody to understand how we're feeling. And, you know, we all want that innately, deep down, you know? But when you know that if you crack the valve open and start letting some of your emotions out, and you know that there's about a 95 to 98% chance that that dam is going to explode and you're going to lose control, and so you have to hold it to yourself so you don't do anything stupid, then it makes it really hard to find that validation that we all want. You know, it makes it very difficult. So I think that is maybe not now, but back in the day, that was among the top 3 biggest misconceptions about Aquarius. And again, it's even worse with Aquarius men, because men in general, no matter what your sign is, if you're a man, you are conditioned to hide your emotions anyways. You know, not saying that all men actually do it, but that is kind of like a expectation that you're raised with as a man, regardless. So especially the Aquarius men, especially, one thing I'm gonna promise you right now about Aquarius men is that they all, well, let's just be practical here. The vast majority, in a high percentage of cases, your Aquarius man that you know at one point was so sensitive, you know, was the most the most sensitive, caring, loving person that you ever met on the planet. More sensitive than your average water sign. I know that's gonna make you shit your pants too. No, there is no Aquarius more sensitive than a Pisces or a Cancer. Bullshit. Guarantee you, your average Aquarius was 10 times more sensitive than your average Pisces back in the day. But then they got hurt. And some of them threw their walls up immediately the first time they got hurt. Some people like me, well, it took me a few times. I got stabbed in the heart a good 3 or 4 times before I was like, okay, I can't take this shit no more. I can't take this shit no more, you know? So that is more along the lines of why you have a hard time getting an Aquarius to really open up and let you know how they're feeling. So if you're dealing with an Aquarius and in any way, whether it's a romance or friendship or whatever the case may be, if you're dealing with an Aquarius and you're struggling, having a hard time, you know, with this person opening up to you and expressing their feelings and expressing their emotions, oh, that can be tricky, man. That can be tricky. I think the person has to know that they can trust you with how they feel. They have to know that. That's another thing lots of Aquarians learn very early on, dude, is that there are lots of opportunistic vampires out there. Lots of them. And very frequently they turn out to be water signs, right? Not all, but, you know, very frequently. And opportunistic vampires, as soon as they find out one little weakness that you have, they take it and they use it. As soon as they find out how you feel about one thing, they take it and they use it to their advantage. And your average Aquarius doesn't have to experience this too many fucking times before they're like, all right, I ain't letting nobody in on what's going on in here. Nobody. So I would recommend somehow, some way, this person has to know that they can trust you. That if I open up and let you in on what's really going on in here, that you're not going to fucking use it against me. You're not going to weaponize it and use it to control me or manipulate me or just straight out and out hurt me just to have power over me, you know? Because I promise you, like I said, it's something that happens very early on, normally around childhood. And yeah, it can be a mess, man. It can be a mess, but hopefully, I don't know, maybe that message helped somebody that is dealing with an Aquarius that confuses them, or, you know, maybe that will at least help another Aquarius out there feel validated so that you understand. Look, I get it, man. I totally get it. But the good news is, if you're just now starting to get into this type of thing, trust me, it was way worse 10 years ago. Way worse. Way worse. Back 10 years ago, when, you know, we were still right there at the age of Pisces, it was way worse. Dude, the Aquarius haters were fucking off the charts, man. Now, though, and I think it has a lot to do with the fact that we're moving into the age of Aquarius, I think a lot of people are really starting to see us now for, you know, what we really are, who we really are. And we're a lot more appreciated now than we ever have been. Okay. If you're new, you know, when it comes to astrology and things of that nature, if you're new and you're seeing some shit talking about the Aquarians, you know, some people talking a little shit, trust me, dude, it was so much worse 10, 15 years ago. So much worse. So just relax. Relax. And if you have something that you want to say that, you know, the people need to hear because they're under a misconception, do what I did. Pull the fucking phone out, record what you have to say, and throw it out there, man. You never know. It might be like what happened to me. And a year and a half later, you forget about it and then it blows up, right? So, all right. Hopefully somebody needed to hear that. I'm going to get out of here. Y'all have a good day.